Hi, we're at NAB 2018, making it through day 3, and thanks for joining us for Post Perspective TV. And actually joining us here live and in person at NAB, thank you and welcome to Jessie Korosi and Stacy Chaet. Say it, Chaet. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Stacy Chaet, both from SIM. Stacy is the workflow producer at SIM, and Jessie is the director of workflow.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming, guys. And this is really nice, especially for people who didn't get to the show. They've heard, if they've been watching the videos, a lot from the manufacturers, so it's really nice to hear what you guys are actually here to see and what interests you. So, what trends, what's caught your eye trend-wise, the big picture things at the show this year?
Yeah, so I think AI and machine learning was a big thing that we were really interested in. We provide a lot of services from acquisition on set all the way through to delivery, so we thought, you know, if we should be in this, we should be getting involved in this, and GrayMeta was one that really stood out. The thing with them is there's a lot of companies doing computer vision and scanning the frame for objects, for facial recognition, for other things, but a lot of them are trying to get you to go into the application on a web UI or something to look for that information. It's not, I don't really know how practical that is, but what's different about that they're doing is they integrated it into Adobe Premiere. So now as an editor, imagine if you could say, gunshot, mark, living room, pull up all those shots. You know, if a director's like, I know we had another take. It happens all the time. So not just, a lot of people are looking at that computer vision world as more of like, how do we automate advertisements and things like that, but helping the creative is a new angle and a great angle and one that will stick shorter term. It'll happen quicker, I think.
Right, okay, that's exciting. Because again, a lot of this stuff is a separate box, a separate tool, and it's just not practical.
Yeah, and also a lot of those you are required to upload your media into a cloud. With this, they can do it on local storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I've seen a few like the GrayMeta. We've also seen Axel Video. They have a similar tool that you can integrate. I think they're working on being able to export like an XML or something that you can import to a Premiere Pro or to an NAB or something like that. And again, it's facial recognition, anything, that kind of thing. But the trend that I've really enjoyed seeing this year, even though like the AI, everything is awesome, but I've been to a couple of the women in production panels this year, and I'm thrilled that they exist, first of all.
Yes.
And one of them in particular, the Gals in Gear, was straight like, this is what the people do, this is what the women do, all technical roles, and not talking about, oh, well, you're a woman doing this. It's just, you're a person doing this. So that was really exciting to see.
Maxon did a great Women in MoGraph panel on Monday at NAB, which was really fascinating. Some fantastic artists up there talking about their work, and that was exciting too.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where this continues to grow, and hopefully snowballs into equality.
Yes, I know. We're very happy to have you here as a guest today, helping to balance out our coverage from people's perspective. It's a very good thing. Any other products, maybe just more on your regular workflow level that you thought might?
So, well, one of the companies that I always really love engaging with here is Signiant. The big difference between like them for me is a lot of the companies that we meet with, they're all like, okay, so here is a product. It's in alpha mode. Maybe a year from now, it's actually going to be released and in release mode. And Signiant, every time we talk to them, they're like, okay, here's what exists today. Here's what you can leave the show and you can use. So simple things like, we have these share portals where we share media to and from clients. We have dedicated branded portals. So, one of our shows, Krypton, the client logs in, they get this nice interface and it says Krypton and they share files. But what's cool is now there's auto translation, so that if you have a user that speaks Spanish and they log in, they get a Spanish interface and all the dialog boxes and everything is in Spanish, and it's not their own thing, it's just based on their profile. So simple things like that, they've made a lot of adjustments to an existing product that's ready to go now, which is awesome.
Okay, that's fantastic. Anything else that jumped out at you?
Man, the Signia, it really is funny that you said that, because it really is our favorite thing to go off of, because they're always willing to collaborate with us as a client, which is great. Another one is really, kind of a staple in post-production, which is Blackmagic Design Resolve.
Yes. Resolve 15.
Yeah,
we've now
Resolve
up to.
15, and some of the tools that I've seen in there, I know for sure just would be super helpful. We've seen in other tools, but we still love using Resolve, so we're really excited to see how those integrations with the VFX or like subtitling now, just like have a one-stop shop, and that's really exciting.
Have you used any of the audio components since Fairlight's been integrated?
Within our division, not so much.
That's true.
Yeah.
We focus a little bit more on the video side. We have an audio team. We do audio, a lot of audio work, but
I just
not
wondered
so
if there were
much.
any, sort of random times that maybe we're like, oh, that came in handy.
Not for us yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't be surprised though if we, because we're always doing a lot of different kinds of projects, right? And so you never know when it's going to come in handy.
Yeah, for sure. And also with, we use Resolve for a certain amount of VFX pull work, and they've made some enhancements there which will help automate not having to manipulate files. It finishes rendering.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you seriously so much for joining us, because it is great to hear the perspective of the people who are walking the show floor and finding out what's interesting.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you both. And thank you. We're saying again thank you to our friends at SIM today, and we're signing off from NAB 2018.